Hello everyone, good evening to all. Okay. I welcome you all to this session where we are just going to discuss the strategy to crack CUCET for Masters in Economics. So first of all, thank you so much for patiently waiting till 8:10 p.m. Okay. So let's just, without wasting much time, let's just quickly start with this session of cracking the CUCET. So now you all must be worried who all are appearing this examination for MA Economics this year. You all must be a little worried about the exam as the exam is approaching in just next 1 week. Like next Saturday, you're just going to have your exam. But don't worry, I'm here to help you out to understand that in this last week, what all remedies you can take, what all steps you can take so that you can still crack your exam and you can get admission into a really good college of yours where you have been willing to go from so long. Let's just quickly start it. Good evening, everyone. All right. So the first thing is that what is this exam about? So CUCET, just a minute. So CUCET is the exam of central universities where the central universities used to hold a common entrance test for getting the admission of students into either the UG programs or even into the PG programs. So this test was mostly given for the central universities first, but now because of its popularity, many other universities have also adapted to this test, and hence this has become a common university entrance test. So earlier its name was given by Central Universities Common Entrance Test, but now it is known with the name of Common University Entrance Test because of its popularity again. And this year, it is going to be conducted on 3rd September 2022. All right, so we have few queries. Okay, so Drishti, is this helpful for GATE exam? So this is the session for CUCET, but of course, the tips and tricks which I'm going to share today, you can apply them to your GATE exam also when you are going to appear for it in the next year. So it's better to stay here and learn few other tricks. All right. Now, if we talk about paper pattern, so when we are preparing for any exam or when we are looking for the tricks or for the strategies which we have to use such that we can crack our exam, the first thing you have to know is your paper pattern. I have seen a lot of students who go to exam without looking into the paper pattern. They would not know their paper pattern, and suddenly when they will go to their exam, they will feel, oh, this section was also there. I needed to prepare for this section as well. I have seen a lot of them. Of course, those students are not serious for their exam, but even after that, paper pattern is something which you should not avoid because the paper pattern will tell you how you need to prepare, the depth of the topics you need to go for your preparation so that you can score in the best way possible. So in the CUCET exam, okay, voice quality is not good. I hope it is better for everyone and it's not a network issue at your side maybe. Okay. So paper pattern. What's the paper pattern? So CUCET paper will always be divided into two sections. The first section will consist of 25 questions and another section will consist of 75 questions. Now in 25 questions, you will be tested for quantitative aptitude, verbal ability, logical reasoning, GK as well. The current affairs are also tested in these 25 questions, right? But when it comes to the other section of containing the 75 questions, it will be testing you on your domain knowledge. Hence, it is going to be pure core economics paper where you have to appear for the questions related to major subject of economics. micro, macro, statistics, econometrics, and mathematical methods of economics. Correct? Now, the marking scheme, why are we even discussing the marking scheme when the paper is very close? That is because that you should at least know कि okay, we have incorrect, like for our incorrect answers, we have negative marking as well. Many times when we are sitting in an exam and any exam starts, the instructions come in our front and we tend to just, overread that, or maybe we just tend to skip it because we are in a hurry to start our paper. And because of that reason, of course, you do not give attention to the minute details written on the instruction page. So over here, let me tell you, if you will answer a question correctly, then you are going to score 4 marks for that. And if you will give an incorrect answer, 1 mark will be deducted. Hence, there is a negative marking of 25%, that is 1 mark. So always remember, that's also a really great tip over here. Always remember, first attempt the questions in which you are pretty sure. Do not attempt the questions by guess, because if many times what happens is, if we are attempting many of the questions with our guessing, we think that we are better at guessing, but who knows the reality. So if you're guessing each and every answer, like let's say 10 answers you guessed and all of them went wrong, you will lose out 10 marks. And even if the questions you have done, you are going to suffer a loss even after answering the correct questions. So it's always advised not to overdo the paper. But when I say this, don't do this thing. You just attempt only a little, because you will say, okay, somebody has stopped me to attempt, stop me from attempting the questions where I'm not sure. So first attempt the questions where you're pretty sure. Maybe the questions where you're not 100% sure, you can just mark them for review. Even if the time will go out, they will go for the marking. Don't leave them blank. But of course, again, if you're not, even if you're less than 80% sure for that answer, don't mark that answer for review. Because if it is going to be wrong, you are going to lose 1 mark. And when you are getting an admission into the colleges, 1 mark matters a lot. You also know this thing. Okay. Let's just see your comments. If there is some query over here. Ma'am, are there any chances of changing syllabus next year? So changing syllabus, over here, by changing syllabus, what do you mean? In the case that syllabus, even if it changes, it is going to be economics. So why is the syllabus going to change? If you are giving an entrance for economics, for MA in economics, the syllabus change does not make any sense, because you are giving an exam here or in any other country also for the masters in economics. You will be tested on micro, macro, stats, maths, and econometrics. So no point of changing the economics, the syllabus. Paper pattern, keep changing after some time, but no change in syllabus is expected till now. So that is the marking scheme, that is the paper pattern. So before going to the exam hall, just remember the paper pattern and the marking scheme, so that you do not mess up by answering so many wrong questions just because of the guessing, right? All right. Now let's see this. Now let's come to the main part of this live session. What is the strategy that you need to follow for this last week? This last week is very important for students. This last week is this crucial that it can get you an admission into a college, or can just land you into other college which is below than what you expected. So this week is really, really crucial for you. So first thing I would like you to do is that please remove the distractions in your life. So it's a little out of the topic thing, but please remove distractions from your life for this week at least, if you're really serious about your exam. This week, do not go to your mobile or to your social media handles again and again. Instead of that, go to your notes. It's going to give you much greater marks than your social media handles. So please just utilize your week for a better preparation. All right. So what's the strategy you need to be followed? Of course, everyone is going to allot their time for the revision. But before starting with the revision, the one important step that you do not have to miss is having a look at the PYQ. So PYQs is something, the past year questions, that will give you an idea that how you need to prepare. Of course, you're preparing from the last 1 year or maybe last 6 months, but this time when you will have a look at the PYQs, you will understand the type of questions which actually come. Getting to know the type of questions which will actually come will tell you the depth, that if you are revising some topic, what all points you need to keep in your mind. It should not happen that I am revising a subject, but the way I'm revising, that is not useful for my examination. And I might be just learning derivations and everything, but it's of no use if it is not going to come in your exam. It's just a time waste in the last week over here. So very important point here is that please first have a look at the PYQs. If you haven't, try to understand the type of question which come. Like if they are testing you on microeconomics, what are they asking? What type of questions are they asking? Are they coming from the direct portion? If they are testing you for questions on market structure, so what are they asking you? Are they asking direct things related to oligopoly, or they might be asking some other things, the numericals? So you have to go through your PYQs thoroughly to understand the pattern which you have to follow. After revising, okay, before going to the next point, let me just take few queries which we have received. Okay, thanks for sharing paper pattern. Most welcome. More question will be numerical or theory. So Prateek, if we have to divide the paper, see, whenever we talk about any entrance exam, the kind of paper, is it going to be more numerical or theory, is totally unpredictable. But the thing about CUCET is that you are not going to get fully numerical or fully theoretical. The numerical part will be lesser than the theory. Now, so I'm not saying that you will not get numericals or you're just going to get 2 numericals or 3 numericals. The difficulty level of your numericals is not going to be something very high, which will be not approachable. So it is going to be a mixture of both. Numericals, of course, mathematical, econometrics, and statistics are those subjects where you are going to get the numerical portion and lesser theory. But when it comes to macro, more theory will be asked. When it comes to microeconomics, a mixture of both would be tested. Right? Vanshika, what will be the difficulty level? So the difficulty is not very high. The difficulty, like if we compare it to other entrance exams of DSC or ISI institutes, then even if we talk about IIT JAM, the difficulty level is not very high. If you know your concepts, if you have gone through the concepts once, and if you understand them, it's not something that you will not be able to answer. You will be perfectly fine to answer the questions if you have understood the concept properly. Ma'am, NCRT is the best time. So, Vakif, are you asking me that NCRT is best for this time? So I will come to the books as well. Prachi is asking, how many econometrics questions can we expect? Basically, mathematical type. So if we have to divide the number of questions in 75, like total is going to be 75. So 20 questions can be the maximum level from the modules of mathematics, statistics, and econometrics. 20 to 25 is something you would get, and not more than that. Macro is a heavier portion in CUCET. Is this the exam to get into DSC? Avishi is asking. So, DSC ke liye, you're anyway going to get a different entrance, not right now, but it is the exam for getting into JNU. JNU has now come to the CUCET thing only. So they take they just take the CUCET paper only for their entrance exams, either it be for UG programs or PG programs. Where to look for PYQs? So Rajarshi is asking for PYQs. So you can get them from the app of Ecoholics. We already have PYQs for CUCET paper. You can download the app and you will get your PYQs over there. What's the difference between DUET and CUCET? So it's for central universities. The DUET exam is for Delhi University specifically. You're launching MA entrance batch. Is it for GATE Economics PhD? Okay, Nisha, you have a query for the new next batch which is going to start. So yes, our batch will be covering the new batch which is going to start in the September. It is going to cover the syllabus for GATE Economics as well as the PYQs, the questions type, and the practice test for GATE exam as well. We cover that as well. Will there be some questions from Indian economy and development economy models? Yes, Prachi, there are going to be some questions. BHU, JNU entered CUCET this time. Can we expect the question pattern similar to their pattern this time? I mean, will CUCET gonna be more difficult than before because of the presence of JNU, BHU, and HNU? Okay. So, of course, the level is going to be a little higher than what it used to be before, but again, it's something which is not approachable, right? It will be approachable. So, no worries at that. But I'm repeating this thing again, if you have learned your concepts, if you know the concepts thoroughly, you can definitely crack it, believe me. Okay. For the payment, okay. So, for that, Shrikant, you can contact the team of Ecoholics. I can, so here is the number on my screen. It's 7880107880. You can contact it here for more details for all of your queries. Okay, so let's just quickly go through the strategy which we have to follow. So first point I have taken care of, that have a look at PYQ. The another is revise your stuff. After now looking at the past year questions, go through your notes. Okay, go through your notes. Revise. Do a quick revision. Why? Because having a look at the PYQs will tell you what you need to do. How you need to revise the subjects. Since this is just last 1 week, try to wrap up your revision in 4 days, and please do not extend it greater than that. Otherwise, you will not be able to, follow the other strategies. So revision is really important. Revision is really important. But a point to be remembered here, do not start with new topics right now. It's not the correct time to start with the new topics. Okay. No, Ankit, the exam is not postponed. It's on 3rd September. Gargi, the safe score for CUCET will be according to different universities. So as the JNU have already, they have announced this thing, they have given a notification regarding that they will be making their cutoff list. They will be taking the student on the basis of marks obtained in 75 questions. They will not consider the marks you will get in 25 questions. But the other universities haven't made such kind of announcement. So you have to attempt these 25 questions for getting admission into other universities. But GNU has clearly mentioned that they are going to consider the 75 questions for selecting the candidates. Now, the third point is that do brainstorming with your friends. Now, what you have to do here is, so what happens is, that's a really common phenomenon. If you will revise your stuff, if you will revise your concepts, many times what happens is we forget very minute details, or the details which we have gone through the first time when I was revising my concept, I will tend to forget it maybe 2 days later or 3 days later, because the foundation is not very strong. But if you have friends who are preparing for the same examination, just ask your friends to revise microeconomics one day, and at the end of the day, what you can just do is pick up your phone or maybe call your friend to your place and just start brainstorming with each other. Just start talking about monopoly, and tell everything you know about monopoly, the equilibrium condition, what happens under monopoly, what is the pricing structure under monopoly, what is about price discrimination in monopoly. So that is brainstorming, where you will just talk, where you are just going to select a topic, and whatever you know, you will just start telling your friend about it. And do the same, right? Ask your friend also in the same manner that please do it in this. So the brainstorming is really going to help you to understand that what you know and what you don't. Because if you know your concept properly, so that will come to your mind quickly. Yes, that is going to come to your mind quickly. And because of this reason, you will understand that if you were feeling stuck somewhere, it means you haven't done that concept properly. So get back to your notes and start preparing again. The fourth point is that practice mock test or PYQs. So practicing mock test or PYQs is really important. If you have opted for some test series at Ecoholics or at somewhere else, it's time to come to those mock tests. If you haven't already, practice them, because after revision, after doing this brainstorming sessions, now when you will come to giving these mock tests, you will actually understand what you actually know. And after giving the mock test, when you will see, okay, I didn't know anything about macro, I didn't know about ISLM in a good manner, my majority of the answers were wrong. That's the time that you have to pick up your ISLM model notes and you just go through them. Because you would not want to make the same mistake in your actual exam, right? So if you haven't opted for test series anywhere, you can pick your PYQs, you can just take printouts and start doing them. And the fifth point is relax. After you have gone for these 4 points, after you have done these 4 points, just relax. Do not burden your mind. Do not take stress too much. If you're going to be in stress too much, you will not be able to perform well in your exam. So giving relaxation to your mind and breathing and meditation is important when you are appearing for any exam. So when on 3rd September you have your exam, from the evening of 2nd September, just do not revise anything. Just do not go through anything. Close your books on the evening of 2nd September, and after that, give your mind a clean, how do we say, we detox our bodies. So please give it detox to your brain so that it can fare better when you go to an exam. If it is going to be overloaded with stress, you cannot understand, you will feel difficulty in understanding questions, in interpreting their meanings or their solutions. So just give it the time to relax and to perform better the next day. Okay. So Gun Joshi is asking that every university have different eligibility for MA Economics. So it might differ at only very few minute details or few things, but not majorly. You need to score 55% marks in your bachelor's. The 50% score is for common universities. You have to score those marks in your bachelor's, and if you haven't done your bachelor's from economics background, if you have opted economics as your optional, or you've just studied it, or you were choosing the mathematics, you come from a mathematics background, then it's 55% for you. But over and above that, so for JNU, of course, your mathematics in class 11th and 12th is a prerequisite. So yes, that is a different case for JNU, but other than that, eligibility conditions are mostly same because they have been set by the same body. So how much marks should we need to get in JNU? So because of lesser seats available in JNU, the cutoff goes really high. It goes really high. Okay. All right. Now after this was the strategy. But what next? I will bring you to few more points like strategy, how that strategy should be utilized properly so that you're going to get the full out of the things if you're going to follow the strategy. Right? So points to remember while doing the revision. points to remember while doing the revision. What points you need to keep in your mind? Don't dig into the new things at this time. If you think, okay, revision so I have completed, but I left that chapter of heteroscedasticity when I was preparing for econometrics. Let's just pick up the notes, or maybe let's just go through my classes and let me learn something, because if a question from heteroscedasticity is going to come, I will answer it. I'm pretty sure. It's okay if you are this much confident, or if you have done that topic before, you can do it. But if you haven't done that ever in your life, that it is the first time you're doing, please, it's my request, do not pick it. What happens is, the full day, let's say if I'm studying for 8 to 10 hours and I was allotting that time to this new thing, I might take 4 to 5 hours to just cover a new chapter. But I could have, instead of going through this new chapter, I could have just easily revised my old stuff. And in 4 to 5 hours, I can just, I can cover 2 to 3 modules of one subject, or maybe more than that if you have made good notes. So why to waste your time on one chapter from where 1 or 2 questions will be asked maximally? And instead of that, you can prepare from your notes, you can revise, maybe from where 10 questions come, right? So this is the time where you prioritize things, that what you have to do at this point. Please do not start with the new thing. Use familiar books or notebooks. So whenever we are preparing for any kind of exam, we either make our notes or we make key points in our books through which we are reading. So only do revision from the books from which you started preparing. Do not, let's say your friend comes to you and says, oh, I'm revising from these notes. These are really good. You would get a good marks in micro if you go through them. But that's something new for you. When you will have a look at it, you will get anxiety by just having a look at the handwriting, because that's not familiar to you. You will feel anxious that I have never seen this. So is it the case that I don't know anything? Will I even clear the exam? So it gives you anxiety and nothing else. So please use your familiar books. Please use your notes which you have prepared. Do not just a friend is referring to someone or someone else is coming and guiding you. Please do not use the different books or the different notebooks at this point. Use revise from where you're most familiar, so that when you will go through it, you will feel confident that yes, I know this. Because it could be the case that you're going through it for the 5th time. So it is going to boost your confidence. So please do that. Now write while revising. So revising is something, not flipping the pages only. Let's say if I'm revising any concept of statistics or mathematics or econometrics, just pick a rough page or pick a rough notebook, and when you're revising, let's say you're revising probability, maybe you can write down the formulas of conditional probability, of Bayes theorem, or maybe you're writing things about normal distribution, binomial distribution. So instead of just flipping the pages over, you can put a rough notebook with you, just pick a pen and start writing. When I say writing, you do not have to make notes, you do not have to write description. Just write in the sense that you have to go and teach someone. So if I ask you to go and teach someone, what would you do? You would write key points. Okay, I just need to cover these points. So having a look at these points, I can get to know about the whole topic which I have to teach. So that's the thing you have to do. Just write in a very rough manner. Just keep on writing, because writing will give you an idea that oh yes, I know my stuff. Because flipping over the pages, many times when we are flipping it, we think that okay, I know this, but when we have to solve that question, we do not remember the formula. So writing is really crucial in the cases where there is numericals, where there are formulas, and where there are procedures. Let's say in ISLM. If you are revising for ISLM, just write 5 points. How much time is it going to take? If you are doing fiscal policy decision under an ISLM, just write the 5 points. How much time it will take you? Not much. Okay, which is better, HCU or JNU for economics? So, of course, the first preference, so it's better according to your will. Every institute is good. There is uh, no, there are no disadvantages after getting into a good institute. So, but according to the preference of people, people prefer JNU first. Mukul, if we have to bring a comparison between JNU or DSC, they both have their own strengths. If you get into DSC, it's going to be more quantitative, the master. But if you get into JNU, it's going to be more qualitative, more theoretical. You will do quants over there, but the difference will definitely come. So it's for your goals that what you need to do in your future. So you have to choose according to that. If you really wish to go into corporate, or maybe you want to do modeling, data modeling and all such stuff, you go into DSC. People go into DSC basically. But if you're more into research, or more into the public domain, or even the theoretical aspects of economics, people prefer JNU over DSC in that case. Right? So Ronak, earlier than this, because it was not included under CUCET, so that was different. But now, since it is included under CUCET, so we'll have to wait and see. But getting the marks, if we talk about the marks for BHU, that has to be a good level and not very less as compared to the other central universities. Now, when it comes to diagrams is something people think that it's an objective paper. Why are we making diagrams? Why are we practicing diagrams? So why am I focusing on practicing diagrams? Because if you do that, you can remember many difficult aspects of economics. So ISLM is that topic, for example, which is very easy if you know the diagram. If a question comes on the effectiveness of fiscal policy when the IIL, like let's say IS is steep and LM is flat, you can just quickly make diagram and get your answer rather than remembering those points if you do not understand the procedure. So practicing diagrams will help you in the questions where the answer can be found out using the diagrams only. And you really do not have to think about the concept, think about the procedure, write the steps on the sheet to get your final answer. Diagrams will save you a lot of time when you will solve the questions where there are procedures involved while writing the final answer. Pratik, numerical, it's not the case that it will be more numerical, but of course numericals are going to be there. You can think of something 40%, 60% basis, like 40% for numericals and 60% for theory, like that. Now, I was focusing on practicing mock test or PYQ. What points you have to keep in mind for that? Be very serious when you are practicing mock test or PYQ. Don't think you're sitting at your home or you're sitting at somewhere else. Think you're sitting at the real exam center. Keep an eye on time. If you are taking printout of PYQ and then you're solving the paper, don't do this that you're doing that paper for 4 hours or 4.5 hours. Don't do that. It's not the time to make the things look good. Okay, oh, I have attempted 90% of the paper, but see how much time you have taken. You need to attempt the paper in the feasible time possible. So keep an eye on it, the time. Maybe just keep an alarm clock or something so that you finish your paper in the prescribed time and you do not take more than that, because the real paper will not give you extra bonus time. Then do not get anxious. So sometimes what happens is we do not know. Maybe I'm giving first mock test, and I'm not able to solve a majority of questions. I will get anxious. I will not do revision good, and I will not attempt other mock tests. This is not a time to get anxious. It's just the first mock test. Maybe you can fare better in the other mock tests, because every mock test have a different level. So what you can just do is, if you're getting anxious, if you're not able to attempt questions in the first mock test, understand your problem. That is it the case that you are not able to solve questions or you're not understanding concepts. So whatever is the reason, work on that. The third is, when you are attempting any mock test, sit in a quiet place to avoid disturbances. If you will feel disturbed when you are doing a test, someone is calling you, your phone is ringing, your notifications are coming again and again. In that case, you will never be able to attempt your mock test properly. How will you get to know about your performance? How will you get to know what you know? So please sit in a quiet place. Then don't note down the marks and feel bad. Don't do this. I've seen a lot of students doing this. They give mock test and then they keep a diary with themselves and they start writing marks. And when they will give 10 tests and they will feel, oh, I'm not even getting more than 50%. How will I clear the entrance? How will I get into the college? See, this is mock test. Mock test can have higher level than your real exam. Or maybe the other way around. You're getting more marks in mock test than the real exam because the level is easy. It depends. So don't feel bad. These marks are not your final. But of course, these marks will tell you they are just like the mirror, which will show you your image, what you have learned till now. But they are not the final. You can still prepare for them. And note down your weak areas. When you will go for mock tests and when you are going to attempt them, you will definitely get to know, okay, what are your weak areas? Where is the problem coming from? So after that, pick up your notes, again revise it so that you do not make the same mistake in your exam. Okay. So we have a query. Is this a good time for preparing for part A questions? So if you haven't, Rajeshi, if you haven't even started preparing for part A questions, the 25 questions for the quant, for all that stuff, the thing is, those 25 questions, like they are for 100 marks, 4 marks each. So they hold the importance. They will get you, they will help you to get into the colleges, to clear cutoff. But if you haven't started, maybe you pick up the easy topics. Instead of picking up the difficult, maybe pick up the easy one. So that you can at least attempt few questions in that. It's too late now to start with new things, as I have told you. But because part A is 25 questions, at least you can do logical reasoning, or maybe quant is something which you can do if you were good in mathematics. Or if you were not good in mathematics, go through the GK portion, the current affairs of economics and the economy. So that would be the better approach instead. All right. Now, after this, so this was all about the strategy which you can follow in the last days to crack the exam. And let me tell you one thing, you all have been preparing from so many months now, and some people must be there here who are preparing from the last 1 year. So don't feel panic. You have done something. You will get admission. There are a lot of universities under this examination. So don't worry. You will make to it. Just have faith in yourself. Just be very confident when you will go and sit in your examination. If you will feel underconfident, if you will feel scared, it will let you to go wrong with the questions for whom you even know the correct answers. So please don't do that to yourself. Please be very chill, be relaxed on the day of examination. And don't forget to take your water bottles along with you, because when we are feeling anxious, the water can cool us down. So please don't forget to do that. That's really important. Now, I can see that people were asking me, like some students were here who were asking me about the batches, that okay, does your batches cover for GATE economics or what all, or only for CUCET? See, I would like to tell you that there are some students who are just appearing this year, but there are some other students also who might wish to appear the next year. So for all those students who wish to appear next year, this is the perfect time for you. This is the time when you will get a window of 1 year for preparation. You can do concepts, you can do revision, you can give mock tests. So that's the best time you can have right now. So we have a batch for this. We have a full comprehensive batch for all the entrances of economics, for masters in economics, which covers the syllabus of DSC, JNU. Like JNU is now, of course, covered under CUCET. So CUCET will definitely be covered. And then ISI also, then GATE exam we have, or even the IIT JAM. So we cover the syllabus for each and every module. And we give the test, we give the material according to that. We provide the practice tests according to the PYQs. We solve PYQ in classes also for all these papers. We help the students also with this. So if you are really preparing for the CUCET exam next year, or might be any of the exam from this given list, this is the best time for you to start preparation. So our batch is starting really soon from September first week. So it's something that you haven't missed anything. So if you will join the batch, you will get a early word advantage also. You can use this code CUCET10. You can just use this code to get a discount of 10% on the fees for the batch for the course of MA entrances, CUCET, GATE, IIT JAM, ISI, DSA. You can get it. This is a benefit of the life for you because you are attending this live session. So if you will join the batch, we will help you to prepare for your exam in the best way possible. We will help you with the PYQs. We will give you the test according to the structure of PYQs so that you can focus on the part which is most important for you and you do not waste your time in preparing all the topics. You need to do what you have to do. So DSC ke liye we of course have different tests because it's more numerical. JNU CUCET ke liye we have different tests because it's more theoretical. When it comes to ISI, it's level greater than DSC. So we give more different tests according to that. And for GATE and IIT JAM, we have different test papers, different test series for that. So, but our batches are going to cover each and everything according to what you want to study. There is one more advantage over here. Even if you're only just preparing for CUCET or you're preparing for any one exam, you will get the content for all of them. You will get the study material for all of these examinations and not just one. So it will be a golden opportunity for you. You do not have to pay multiple fees for all these batches. The fees is just same, whichever batch you are going to join. Like the batch is going to cover the all content. So you will get to know extra details even. For them, you are not even, that is something which you are getting in extra. Instead of just covering CUCET, you will get to know DSC. You will get to know the GATE exam syllabus, right? So you can, of course, join the batch. You can contact. I can show you the contact details. So this is the code. If you will use this code, you will get a 10% discount on the courses. A win-win situation for you. Now, for more details, what you can do is you can download the app and you can get your doubts also solved for free. Our experts are there who will get your doubts solved for free. You just have to download the app, just send your doubt to us, and you will get the solution in 24 hours. Now, for any other query, you can contact at this number 7880107880. And for more details, you can visit the website at www.ecoholics.in. You will get the course structure, the fees of the courses, and all other things about our courses, everything about it. So do visit it in case you are looking for the new batches. So Feroz, about the fee structure, you can just call on this number and you will get a detailed explanation about the fees of the course. You can visit the website also. You can download the app. Just send a message across that. You can get to know about it from the team. They will help you in getting to know the course structure, the fee structure of this course. And as I'm telling you that the batch is starting soon in September. So if you will join late, you will lose out on two things. The first thing you will lose out on is the syllabus will start in September, and if you wish to decide join in October, what will happen then? You will miss out on some modules. Although we provide live classes and there are recordings for them, but there is nothing better or best than the live classes because the faculty is in front of you. You can ask everything, whatever is in your mind. You can ask your doubts even after attending the recorded lecture, but you will just start from the scratch, because when we start our batches for economics for the CUCET examinations, we start from the mathematics of class 11 12. So if you haven't opted for mathematics in class 11 12, we will start from that only. So joining in September will give you the benefit also. You will get to cover the syllabus of mathematics, as well as you will not miss out on any module. That's the first thing you will get if you will join in September. The other thing, if you will join now, you will get a discount. This discount is for a very short period. If you will delay it, you will lose out on this as well. So the best time is to join right now. All right. So this was it for the whole live session. I hope the live session was really useful for you, and you will follow these strategies to crack your examination. All the best to everyone for your examination. If you are feeling stuck anywhere, just feel free to contact us. We will help you out for your examination. And remember, relax the day before your exam. Don't pressurize your mind to remember a loaded, a load of things. Please relax. You will do the best in your exam. So if you have any queries, I am here for a minute, and just let me know. So there is a number is written here. In case you wish to note it down, the number is written here. We have social media handles also. You can go to the Instagram page of Ecoholics also. You will get other details there. For all other details, you can just contact on this number as well. All right. I hope there are no other queries. I will be ending the live session. Now, all the best again for your examination.